this month, government will launch its ambitious 10 billion cedi program to create more than 1 million jobs over the next 3 years, codenamed YouStart. The program seeks to support young entrepreneurs to gain access to capital training, technical skills, and mentoring to enable them operate their businesses. Well, ahead of that launch, the Finance Ministry has been engaging civil society organizations to explain the project and also get feedback on how to improve it. So how has that process been so far? Let's speak to some of the civil society groups involved in that. And first of all, let's engage Hilton Terry Kessie, Network of Empowered Youth for Development. He's joining us now via Zoom. Thank you, sir, for the time. So it's been a long day, but what's been your learnings and interactions with the Finance Ministry? What exactly are you coming to terms with about the YouStart project?
Yeah. Good afternoon to you and then to your viewers. Yes, it has been a long day. Today, government had an engagement with civil society organization on the YouStart initiative, quite a fruitful one, and we are very optimistic that this project could also help partly alleviate or try to address the teeming problem of Ghana, which is youth unemployment. It has been quite interesting, and civil society organizations present were able to bring out some views and then try to look at certain lapses in the project or in the program, which government, that is Finance Ministry, was also very receptive, I mean, in terms of the suggestions from civil society organizations. So,
ultimately, Yeah, ultimately, if you look at the objective of the project, we know clearly it's targeted at unemployment. But looking at the design of this project, are you able to say that indeed it's inclusive, it will get young persons out of the streets and get them some good jobs?
Thank you. Interesting. I cannot say that the YouStart is going to be like a magic one that will, quickly address the bigger problem of youth unemployment in Ghana. But looking at the prospect of the project, I think that, and the design of it, yes, quite magnificent. If it's going as has been planned, I think it's really going to go a long way to address it, because this project is targeting youth from 18 to 35 years who have brilliant ideas and then viable business plan. And interestingly, government is not just going to dash out money to them. There's going to be training process, selection process. They are going to be taken through vigorous training, and they are going to be supported by banks with training, and their monitoring is also effective. So looking at the design of the program, I think that it is going to go a long way to address youth unemployment. But the youth unemployment problem is so big, and YouStart is not just the only solution to that.
In fact, there's the question about government's target of creating 1 million jobs. Is that even feasible in the first place to start with?
Interesting. It's quite an ambitious target that government has set for itself, looking at the 3-year period. And starting this year, if the project is launched, I think there's going to be latter part of this month. We are in 2022, 2023, then 2024, we are entering into a campaign season. I'm just wondering if this 1 million project, 1 million jobs could be created within this space. The project is going to be a 3-year project, which means that it's going to span to 2025. And this is an initiative of one government. We don't know which government is coming to power during the next election and whether they're going to continue with it. So I think that it's quite an ambitious project. Yeah, but giving government the benefit of the doubt, looking at the project design, well, there has been some breakdown, and then we are yet to see, but I think it's quite ambitious. So I was thinking that if we could reduce the number, but that is what government has set for itself. But I think it's quite ambitious.
And there are concerns even as of now about the process or the approach towards empowering the youth, as to whether or not we're giving them direct jobs or providing some sort of seed funding for all the persons in the category to try and create their own jobs. Are you getting some clarity from the Finance Ministry on this as to whether or not there's going to be direct jobs or indirect jobs in this case?
Okay, yes. So during the training session, the finance ministry made us aware. I mean, by the model that has been designed, or the project, the program design, yes, the 1 million job is actually targeting mostly direct jobs. Yeah, but so per the conclusion of the discussion, finance ministry and CSOs came to terms that we are looking at 800,000 direct jobs and probably 200,000 indirect jobs. But that was just a tentative figure. But per the estimate, or per the discussion, the 1 million job is actually looking at direct 1 million jobs.
But so at least you can confirm that we have some clarity on that as of now.
Sure. So we made it, it was clear that we are looking at 1 million direct jobs.
1 million direct jobs, that's what we're seeking to achieve, but then it's running over a very long term where you're looking at the issues of political commitment. Would you be certain to say that looking at the project design, a lot of governments, excessive ones, will be interested in continuing this project?
Well, we live in a country where government comes, and interesting, fantastic projects and programs are not continued by the succeeding government. So one thing for sure, if this project gets the buy-in of the youth and is yielding the results that is expected, I think it is going to be a disservice for any other government to discontinue. Because it's going to be, that government is going to be in the bad books of the youth, because this is trying to address the youth unemployment. So first of all, we thank the government. The political commitment is there. It's going to start. But whether the succeeding government will continue, partly it will depend on the beneficiaries, the direct beneficiaries of the project. If succeeding government realize that, yes, if I should cancel this project, I am going to face some firm opposition from the youth, I think government, they will be willing to continue with it.
Okay, and there's this rumor about the involvement of NAPCO beneficiaries, rolling them, trying to, of course, find an exit point for them into the YouStart program. Did that come up at the engagement as well?
Yes. Yeah. So I think I personally been had a conversation with the NAPCO secretariat. Yeah. So it came up. I think a quota is being given to NAPCO, where NAPCO beneficiaries who especially enrolled on the entrepreneurship program will be given some form of preference to be able to enroll on the YouStart project, YouStart program. So that it came up, and then we discussed it. I mean, we also had a discussion of the backlogs of the NAPCO allowances that have not been paid, but that is just on the sideline. But the NAPCO secretariat, and also per the statement from the finance ministry, made us aware that NAPCO beneficiaries will be given preference. But of course, it should be ideas that are viable, that is going to create businesses for, it's going to employ others when it is being supported by government. And of course, there's going to be a training session for youth NAPCO beneficiaries who are willing to undergo or benefit from the YouStart project.
And obviously, this brings up the question even about collaboration amongst other sister agencies that are already running youth employment programs. You talk about the NYA, the YEA, and some other organizations, state agencies as well. Is this the time to create a common pool so we achieve that target of 1 million jobs?
Sure. So during this training session, we had representative from TVET, from NAPCO, from NYA, from GA, and then that is previously that is the Business Advisory Center, right. And then from NEP, the National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Program. Yeah, so we had people being represented there, and there was clear rules on what they are supposed to do. So we have the implementing agencies that are the GA and then NEIP, and then we have the implemented partners that are basically NYA and then TVET and NAPCO. And the program itself is actually into three. The funding program is in three. We have the District Entrepreneurship Program, we have the Commercial Program, and then the YouStart Grace. There's a part of the program called the YouStart Grace Works, which has to do with a faith-based organization. So they clearly indicated that these already existing government agencies involved in youth employment have direct role to play in the enrollment of this YouStart program.
All right, then. We'll have to leave it here. Eric, I'm grateful that you are filling us in with all of the updates from that engagement with the Finance Ministry.